Enjoying the recruiting analysis from the Florida State angle from Nate Greer on Knoll Game Day. So join him and the rest of the staff over there covering Florida State football every day. And I got to say, Nate, in addition to just running through what are 6 early enrollees and then the entire list currently from the 2022 class. So I appreciate that. As you know better than I do, there's been much debate and criticism of Mike Norvell coming from outside the state and therefore going outside the state to grab players, and it not being the type of class that Florida State fans would want in 2020 to try to, get back to the rightful place in contention for an ACC championship game. But not, here just recently, we're saying, despite where these players are coming from, and in Travis Hunter's case, it's of course in Georgia. Even though that criticism, I still hear it out there that Norvell needs to stay in Florida. He's really starting to get into play for some high-end guys.
Absolutely. And let's not, let's not twist numbers. You still signed 19 kids from Florida last year. So I think what people really want to say, and the message people want to convey is that Florida State's got to do a better job of keeping the top flight talent home in Florida. And the production on the field hasn't netted those results. And I think any Florida State fan has to honestly look at that. The 2017, 18, 19, 20 seasons, what has Florida State done to prove that they're a landing spot for 4- and 5-star kids? So this is a process to turn it around and get it back. And I think Florida State has done a good job of bringing guys like Ryan Bartow and Sabbath Joseph, guys with Florida ties, onto the staff to kind of fix that. I think Norvell knew that had to be addressed, and he addressed that. And I think we're going to see a lot more return on those Florida guys staying home and going to Florida State. But at the same time, Florida State needs to win on the field in order to compete with Clemson, Bama, LSU, Ohio State. Those 4 teams are the ones that are plucking the guys out of Florida. Florida State's not going to get them until they show results on the field. And I think that that's just the punch in the gut fact that as a Florida State fan, you watch the production on the field, and Florida State not being Florida State until that's fixed. They're not going to land those guys. So, but they are heavily recruiting them, and they are competing for them this cycle. And I think you're going to see that start to change.
And it's impossible to know how much winning on the field this fall is going to impact the class, or losing on the field is going to impact the class. That's impossible to rate, but we know it does have an impact. That 8-4 is going to have more of a positive impact than going 5-7. We just know. We don't know to what extent these individuals are committed to the program, regardless of winning or losing this fall. And then some might be swayed by an 8-4 versus a 6-6. We don't know.
We just don't know how it's going to unfold. And I'm always going to pound the chest of Florida recruits. But you look at a guy like Destin Hill from New Orleans. I can't really think of any wide receiver in Florida that I would pick over him. So Destin Hill is, in my opinion, at 113th in the country, 19th at his position, is extremely underrated. When you watch him, he reminds me of Jamar Chase. So for Florida State to land him, I'll take him over a Brooks from IMG that went to Alabama. I'll take him over the kids that got him from Miami that went to Miami. So there's caveats to it. There's just because they're from Florida doesn't always mean that it's the best. But some areas, like South Florida, Florida State has to get back in that area and reestablish that stronghold. And I think we're seeing Miami and Florida. My opinion is, as a Florida State fan, I'm going to say it because I just don't like those 2 programs, but also as being a realistic person, I think the window that they had is closing. Florida State is landing these top flight kids right now, and great players want to play with great players, and they continue to land the Hunters, the McCalls, competing for the Colemans and all, the Marvin Jones Juniors. other kids are going to follow, and that's what's going to turn the program around.
And so, Florida State fans, before you go look at Jamar Chase's stat sheet from LSU, just keep in mind that and go chase down Nate in 3 years when he doesn't produce like that, that there's an offensive line and a quarterback involved in those stats as well. It takes a full deal. No question about that.
Nate, Jamar Chase wasn't Jamar Chase till Burrow decided to play unreal and until LSU hired a great offensive coordinator.
That's it. It took Joe Brady coming in, changing the offense and unleashing all that talent. No question about that. Yep. Nate, you did a lot of work for us. We appreciate you stopping by, breaking down all this recruiting business for 2022, the targets coming up, and these early enrollees who are already on campus. And we look forward to you coming back at some point. Anytime there's recruiting news, you are welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite. Whenever you want to chat, just reach out, and I'm more happy to come on again. Talk about Florida State.
Thank you so much, Nate. Have a great day.
You too. I appreciate it.